Barka the Salah to all Muslim faithfuls in Cameroon, Africa, and the world wide. We want to extend our joy, our happiness as you guys celebrate the Feast of the Ram. Some call it the Feast of the Sacrifice, others call it Feast of the Basket. All of them mean the same thing. You know, it's that day when Abraham was about sacrificing his son Ishmael. Then God intervened and offered him a ram in place of that. And today Muslim faithfuls around the world will do a lot of sharing. There's a lot of celebration to mark this day. Prayers as well ongoing in some mosques while others are already wrapping up. We are definitely going to be there when it will be time to make merry as we celebrate 2021's edition of the Feast of Tabaski. Good morning, televiewers. Huge thanks for joining us today on this very entertaining program on My Media Prime Television. Is called In the House. So if you're watching for the very first time, the program is participatory. You can always join the conversation using the three handles of three media available. We have our Facebook platform. The handle is My Media Prime Television. We have WhatsApp. The number will be displayed on your screen. We also take SMSs via our direct line, same number as WhatsApp. Today we'll be treating another societal issue as we celebrate the Feast of the Ram today, to educate you all, because we are here to construct, build, and elevate, and we love you all to put voices together. Join your voices with us so we can make Cameroon, why not Africa, and the world at large the place to be. Gladys Bomotongina is here in the house with us. Gladys, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Tu es belle, hein?
Merci.
Yeah. Yeah. Parce que tu ne savais pas que toi-même, tu peux faire ton make-up. Mais c'est très bien. Finalement, un produit est... Ça va.
D'accord.
Oui. Il y a les jours que ça ne donne pas, mais,
non, mais carrément, aujourd'hui, ça m'a tapé.
C'est très belle.
Merci. Merci. Bonjour à toutes les autres panélistes et bonjour à vous qui nous regardez. Effectivement, c'est Indira, c'est à la maison et nous allons parler pour 1h30 minutes. Hein. Oui, effectivement, aujourd'hui, on va parler de tradition africaine. Je sais qu'à la maison, vous êtes déjà excités parce que vous êtes pressés de savoir de quoi est-ce qu'il est question. Mais n'allez nulle part rester connectés parce que d'un moment à l'autre, vous saurez effectivement de quoi nous parlons ce matin. Mais avant de cela, je souhaite souhaiter bonne fête de la Tabaski à nos frères musulmans qui sont en pleine célébration ce matin, ce jour. J'espère que vous allez partager un peu de viande. Yeah. Mais oui, ils savent vraiment partager. Je ne sais pas si vous avez déjà des voisins musulmans, c'est différent de nous en fait. Quand c'est leur fête, là, c'est comme si tout le Cameroun doit célébrer avec eux et tout, mais moi j'aime bien ça. C'est la vie communautaire, ils sont en train de montrer effectivement la vie africaine qui est Ubuntu. Alors n'allez nulle part, mais surtout allez sur notre page Facebook, likez, commentez et puis partagez.
Great lessons we can learn from our Muslim faithfuls on feast days like this one, the Tabaski, and the others. Yeah, those who don't have meat or food to eat, they share with them. Yes, in the Christian community it happens, but it's not as much as it does with the Muslim. They take it to a whole nother level and they share to almost everyone around them, be you a Muslim faithful or a Christian. We have Fon Quinta in the building as well. Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, Alex.
In love with the outfit.
Thank you very much.
You look glorious this morning.
Thank you.
She's blushing.
I'm a professional blusher.
Oh yeah. Welcome to In the House.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure being a part of In the House. It's always a pleasure. It gives me great joy to be here to inform, to entertain, and to educate you. And yes, you are welcome to 1 hour 30 minutes of fun because today we are talking about something that is happening around us. We've heard of it maybe in China and other countries, but today we are hearing it right in Cameroon, and it concerns the African culture and tradition. We don't want to say African culture and tradition because we really don't know if it does exist, but you get to find out. So just stay with us, and to be a part of the show, you can go to our Facebook page, you like, you comment, and share. And if you're in Douala, I just want to advise you, get an umbrella, get your rain boots, and maybe warm clothes because it's getting colder.
well, there, be armed. It's a rainy season, so let's not be embarrassed by the rains. We have a guest in the building with us, someone you already know, is Mrs. Igbokwe Mercy Manka. Good morning, Manka, and thank you for joining us on In the House this beautiful day.
Good morning to you, and good morning to the other panelists. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be with you, beautiful ladies. And it's another day in the city of Douala, and like she's just saying, there's a lot of cold out here these days. We used to know Douala for heat, you know.
Yeah.
But these days it's getting
it's something else. Taking a bath in the morning, it's not easy.
It's getting colder as the days go on. So it's always a privilege to be here to talk or add our voice to the things that are happening around our communities. We don't just talk problems, but we celebrate areas where we need to be celebrated as well. So it's an interesting topic, and I know you have fun, so get glued to your screens. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manka. Stay with us. We'll definitely hear more from you. Don't go anywhere, because it's definitely going to be lit, like the ladies have said it. It's a very interesting program. So today we're going to talk tradition, and today we are focusing on this very controversial issue, and it's coming up from something that happened recently. It was the topic of today was inspired by something that happened recently, and it's happening in some communities. Yes, right here in Cameroon, in Africa, and other parts of the world. You'll be shocked at what we will gather concerning this particular situation or issue. So we are asking, is getting married to a corpse a tradition worth upholding? Yeah, is getting married to a corpse a tradition worth upholding? We had one of our 237 artists, one of the best, who comes from the Central region. I'm talking about none other than Tenor, who had an accident with his damsel, and at the end of the day she passed. May her soul rest in peace, while he sustained some injuries alongside other occupants of the vehicle. Yeah, many people blame him for drinking and driving, or was drunk while on the steering. Very bad, but this could happen to any person. And then the dad popping up to say Tenor should get married to the corpse. Yeah, literally speaking, he should come and pay the bride price of the daughter before she is being buried. This is a tradition. This is a tradition that is carried out by some tribes in Cameroon. If you've never heard about it, it does happen in other communities. When you're with a woman for, let's say, months, or let's say even years, you people live together and you don't pay the woman's bride price, you don't marry her officially. If that woman dies traditionally and you do not pay her bride price, you will be asked to get married to the corpse. Yes, that's by saying paying the bride price so you can do the rituals, and then she will be laid to rest according to what tradition says. But time has evolved. We are in a world of modernity. It's a global village right now, and our religion as well, as Christians, I don't know, Muslims and other religions that does exist, are we in a battle against our tradition? That's what we'll be asking today, and want to hear from you all. Let me hand over the microphone to Gladys. She knows what she has to do.
Alors aujourd'hui, on pose la question, est-ce que se marier avec un cadavre est une tradition vraiment nécessaire à garder? Est-ce que se marier avec un cadavre est une tradition nécessaire à garder? Effectivement, cela part du fait que on a vu récemment dans les réseaux sociaux le papa de la jeune fille, son nom c'était quoi là?
Tenor.
Non, la jeune
fille. La jeune fille, non,
Erika, voilà. Okay. Erika décédée, son papa demande à Tenor d'épouser le cadavre avant l'inhumation. Donc du coup, on se pose la question sur ce plateau, si se marier, épouser un cadavre, c'est une tradition vraiment nécessaire, encore que nous sommes dans un contexte où beaucoup de personnes ont leurs croyances, beaucoup de personnes sont attachées au christianisme, d'autres personnes sont musulmanes, donc tout cela, on se pose vraiment cette question, est-ce que c'est nécessaire? D'où est-ce que ça va nous mener? Et puis, en même temps, c'est pas la première fois qu'on en entend parler. Oui, c'est pas la première fois qu'on en entend parler. Moi, j'ai vu un corps un jour sorti de la mairie. Et je me posais la question que, mais comment un corps peut sortir de la mairie? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Donc, du coup, aujourd'hui, je comprends que certainement le monsieur allait épouser le cadavre. Donc, du coup, on se pose cette question au jour d'aujourd'hui, est-ce qu'il est nécessaire de maintenir ce type de tradition? Envoyez vos contributions.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much, Gladys. And that tells you that the program is very, very bilingual. You can send your reactions in French, so do not be left out. That's the telephone number for participation on this very educative program. Stay glued to your TV screens. Let's take a musical bite. When we come back, the program begins.
for the balde, about it. Be Alhaji Usman Allah Sure, Hosene, Allah Yafu Mama Modino, the Abo,
That's a little we can do to celebrate with our Muslim faithfuls. Hope you did enjoy that one. It's a really interesting or nice piece there for a Ramadan feast as the one we are celebrating today. Coming back to today's topic is getting married to a corpse, a tradition, what upholding. That's what we are asking. And like Gladys was saying earlier, she wants experience or so a corpse live in a council, as we call it here, or a courthouse, indicating that this person was getting married to the corpse before it was going to be finally laid. Yes, these are things that happen around us, but is it really a tradition we should uphold? Let's get a little bit of background information concerning posthumous marriages, as the Englishman will put it, getting married to a corpse. Let me start with you, Quinta. Can you tell us a little bit about, I don't know, some countries that are into this, aside Cameroon, because we all have heard and probably seen these things happening around us. Like we quoted Tenor's situation where the father of this girl who died, is a sad story though, that Tenor should get married to the corpse of the child.
Imagine you getting married to a corpse, like, what's that?
Yeah. It's
okay, this
absurd.
posthumous marriage or necrogamy has happened in several countries around the world, and recently we are hearing about Cameroon, someone trying to practice it here. And Eileen, just so you know, France is the world's capital of this posthumous marriage.
Wow.
Based on the 1971 Act, which states that the president could allow for such things to happen. And you should understand that in most cases where a spouse has to get married to someone, maybe they've been in a relationship for a very long time. Probably you've dated, you've come with stay, concubine, you've been together for like 10 years, and when you die, the family imposes you come and dowry our daughter, or you come and dowry our daughter. Let's always put it that way, because a man will always dowry daughter, not the other way around. So in this situation, when one person dies, the man is asked to come and dowry the daughter, and in most cases when you come to dowry the daughter, automatically after the wedding you become a widower. So in most cases, we don't know if you become a widower and they still give a provision for you to, okay, remarry after getting married to that, because France has practiced it. France is currently practicing it. The US is practicing it, and in Sudan, Senegal, many African countries are practicing it, and in Cameroon we are trying to practice it. So this idea of getting married to a corpse, it mostly enables, in some traditions people do it based on their traditional beliefs. Like it's a tradition, if you in some countries, if you live with somebody and maybe you murder the person, you're obliged to get married to that corpse. In other countries, if you've lived with the person for a very long time and the person dies without you doing the traditional rites, you're forced to die with that person. But in this case, we don't really call it, in those countries where they practice it, you don't really call it you're marrying the person, because after you die with the person, there's a provision for you to
get married to another person.
You just, maybe they just made it, the family wanted to feel satisfied that you've lived with their daughter without maybe drinking palm wine, and at the end of the day they just decide, okay, you come to the house and you do the dowry, but after that you can remarry. So it's really something, I don't know. This one, it's understood that you can do it and remarry, but it becomes very difficult when you do it and you have to live with the fact that your husband is buried somewhere behind the house, or your wife is buried somewhere behind the house. I don't really think it's something we can encourage. Government or tradition should put it this way: if you've lived with my daughter for several years and she dies without you doing the traditional rites, you just come to the compound, you pay everything, you dowry the person, you take the corpse and bury where you live, maybe where you've constructed and stuff like that. But in a situation where you insist the family should come and dowry the person, and you put restrictions, at the end of the day, you dowry this person, you forever be a widower or a widow, and it's a very sad thing, Eileen. Just imagine you living with someone buried behind there. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is your spouse. Good morning, ma. Where's your husband? He's right there. You take the person to
Crazy. Yeah, and another person probably who wants to get married to you may have developed cold feet,
Yeah, those
knowing that
touching
you're
stories,
married
and
to
just
a
imagine
corpse.
if you meet someone, you admire the person, and you
Yeah.
walk up to the person with marriage proposal, and at the end of the day, normally people come
Because-
and they start asking neighbors, oh, can you tell me about this girl? They say, no. Or about this man, no, the wife died some years back, and the family insisted that he must come and die with their daughter. So the wife is dead and buried. The wife, or they keep calling the dead person the wife, the wife, the wife. And those touching stories will always push people to run away from us.
And Quinta, considering that this person is dead, can you divorce her? That would be another question, to be free to get married to any other person that you want. Okay?
But normally a relationship normally ends when one person
Dies.
That's when the
Ends when
relationship
someone
Relationship,
dies.
but-
to get married.
But in this case where you instead marry the corpse and documents are probably signed or whatever, or tradition and rituals and all that, how do we stop the marriage?
It's not like something.
Automatically
The person dies
the
and
contract to
then it
finish
ends
Yeah.
at the
That's
same
the
point
thing.
where
Yeah,
your-
that's the thing.
the
Because
corpse
at the
is
end of
laid.
the day, when somebody is dead,
the
that's
person
it.
is dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
marriage
it.
binds you only when you are alive,
Alive.
not when you're dead.
That's the only condition of divorce for divorce that is
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
You know. So at the end of the day, it means nothing.
it's just a tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, Gladys, you are made to sleep with that corpse.
Yeah.
Tu dois dormir.
stories like that.
Oui. Soit tu couches avec la personne, soit tu restes dans une chambre, on ferme la porte avec la personne pour peut-être certain nombre de jours. Now, I fear that our tradition and our Christian values are kind of battling, you know. It's true that we've always said that traditions that do not bring forth good things should be let go. But in this 21st century, we still have these traditions living. Qu'est-ce qui n'a pas marché? How do we get to this point?
The first thing that I would begin by telling you is that in our tradition, when they are talking of getting married to a corpse, like pay the bride price, because not like you are going to sign something or make a celebration. No, it's like you pay the bride price.
Yeah.
What you were supposed to pay for that particular lady, because it's most ça concerne plus les femmes.
Okay.
Tu payes la
Yeah.
dot de la femme avec qui tu as vécu. Pendant que tu as vécu avec elle, tu ne l'as pas dotée. Donc, du coup, si elle meurt et que tu voudrais qu'on l'enterre dans ton village,
Ah ouais, c'est
si
ça aussi.
elle meurt et que tu voudrais qu'on l'enterre dans ton village, il
Ouais.
faudrait que tu payes la dot de cette femme.
Yeah.
D'autre part, la famille peut t'imposer à payer la dot de leur fille si la fille a fait beaucoup d'années chez toi et qu'elle a accouché beaucoup
Des
d'enfants.
enfants.
Ils vont te dire que maintenant tu as pris notre soeur gratuitement. Au jour d'aujourd'hui, elle est décédée. Il faut au moins ce que tu payes la dot
Oui.
et que tu prennes ta femme parce qu'en réalité, c'est déjà ta femme. Même la loi camerounaise nous dit quoi? Que
Yeah.
si tu restes en concubinage pendant un certain nombre de temps, c'est déjà ta femme. C'est pas ça. Ou je me trompe?
C'est ça.
Donc du coup, ils sont juste en train de... Je pense que la tradition africaine
Oui.
est juste là pour pousser les gens à bien faire les choses.
Ok.
C'est-à-dire, c'est pour amener les gens à être plus raisonnables. Lorsque tu prends la fille de quelqu'un chez toi, on dit comment? La moindre des choses serait que tu la dotes.
Oui.
C'est comme ça que c'est fait.
Normalement.
La moindre des choses serait que tu la dotes. Mais il y a des gens qui restent avec les filles des gens chez eux pendant des vingtaines, des trentaines d'années.
Oui.
Ils ne pensent même pas qu'ok, il peut honorer, parce que doter une femme, c'est honorer cette femme.
Yes.
C'est honorer cette femme. Il ne pense pas qu'il peut l'honorer. Or, elle l'a honoré en retour en lui donnant des enfants. Or, en ce moment-là, la tradition africaine voudrait que nous respections les choses comme elles doivent être faites. Et du coup, on instaure ce genre de choses pour amener d'autres personnes qui sont dans la même condition à ne pas vouloir se retrouver dans une position où il doit partir doter sa femme quand elle est morte.
Oui.
Parce que si tu es quelque part et puis tu te rends compte peut-être que ton ami doit aller doter un cadavre parce qu'il ne l'a pas épousé pendant qu'ils vivaient ensemble, toi, ça va t'encourager pendant que tu es vivant à aller doter ta femme. Parce que tu as peur de te retrouver dans la même situation. Donc, la tradition africaine amène juste les gens à bien faire les choses.
Oui.
Maintenant, puis tu as parlé de plusieurs autres pays où on épouse les cadavres et tout, ils ont leur raison.
Oui.
Ils ont leur raison parce qu'ils vont jusqu'à signer à la mairie les
Yeah.
actes de mariage et tout. Ils ont leur raison. Ça n'a rien à voir avec la tradition africaine. Mais je dis ceci. Il est vrai que au jour d'aujourd'hui, on ne peut pas imposer ça à quelqu'un. On ne peut pas imposer ça à quelqu'un. Mais ce sont des choses qui font partie de notre tradition. Et qu'on le veuille ou qu'on ne le veuille pas, elles sont là pour ramener les gens à l'autre.
Oui.
Parce que si elles n'étaient pas là, je vous assure, il y a beaucoup de personnes aujourd'hui qui devraient vivre avec les femmes sans jamais les épouser.
Yeah.
Mais parce qu'ils savent que dans le village de la femme-ci, quand
Si
on
tu
l'épouse
tentes
pas,
ça.
dès qu'elle meurt, tu vas aller doter le cadavre.
Ah ouais.
Oui. Je vais prendre une anecdote simple. Moi, lorsque ma grand-mère est décédée, on est allé au village.
Oui.
On a demandé à mon père de terminer la dot de sa mère.
Oui,
Parce
qu'il
que son
n'avait
papa n'avait pas
encore
terminé la
terminé. Oui.
Il a dû terminer la dot pour pouvoir l'enterrer.
Yeah.
Est-ce qu'on se comprend? Ça fait partie de notre tradition.
Yes.
Et ce n'est que normal. Il faut honorer la femme avec qui tu as vécu. Quand on dote une femme, c'est honorer cette femme.
Oui.
C'est montrer que cette femme a de la valeur. Et puisqu'elle a de la valeur, je viens la chercher dans sa famille avec tous ces honneurs-là. Mais beaucoup d'hommes aujourd'hui ne respectent pas l'honneur des femmes.
Oui.
Et puisqu'ils ne respectent pas l'honneur des femmes, la tradition est là pour les ramener. On dit que si tu n'apprends pas avec le conseil, tu vas apprendre avec la
Oui.
violence.
Mais Gladys, we are spiritual beings.
Oui.
At the end of the day, doesn't this particular tradition still affect us? Because this person may be dead, but the spirit is out there. You paying the bride price of a dead person, is it just that you should pay the bride price and you let go of the corpse and then you continue your life? I don't know spiritual implications that come with it. And to add to what we all are talking here, you said you saw a corpse coming from a Mary. I'm sure
Yeah.
others have experienced that.
Yeah,
Don't we also go to the extent of signing? It's
The
not
thing- the
only
thing
the
baffled
dot.
me.
It's
The
not
thing
only the
baff-
dot that is paid,
that's what
or the
I'm
bride
saying,
price
that
that
we
is
have
paid.
copied. There are things that we have copied. But when it concerns
The
African
African
tradition,
culture, yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
It's about paying the bride price. It's not to go and sign something in the court or
court.
whatsoever. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with that.
Okay.
We don't know it in our tradition. So that one we have borrowed.
We have borrowed it from
yeah,
outside,
we
alright.
have borrowed it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us.
Because when I continued researching on it,
Yeah.
I found out that some people do this to inherit the property of their husbands. Sometimes
Yeah.
when it concerns the man or even the woman who died having property while they were not yet married but they were living together, like you say. So now is the opportunity
But
for
at
me
the end
to.
of the day,
Yeah.
the woman does not. La femme n'hérite pas de l'homme au Cameroun. Donc ça ne sert à rien. Au Cameroun, la femme n'hérite pas de l'homme. Ce sont
Really?
les enfants qui héritent. Yes.
Okay.
Ce sont les enfants qui héritent.
Unless there's a will.
Même à part si il a fait un testament où il dit que
Oui.
sa femme va prendre ci, sa femme, mais la
Yeah.
femme n'hérite pas
Yeah.
de l'homme au Cameroun. Non. Ce sont les enfants qui héritent. Et cela est parti du fait qu'il y a beaucoup de femmes qui ont tué leur mari parce qu'elles voulaient garder l'héritage.
Ah ouais.
Oui.
It's unfortunate.
Malheureusement.
Yeah.
Donc, du coup, dire que tu vas aller épouser quelqu'un parce que un cadavre parce qu'il faut que tu aies
You
les biens,
inherit his
it's making no
property.
sense.
His
Ça
or
n'a-
her
ça-
property.
oui, ça n'a aucun sens. Parce qu'à la fin, tu ne vas pas hériter, ce sont les enfants qui héritent. Tu peux être la gestionnaire des biens. Peut-être si les enfants ne sont pas encore à un âge adulte, mais ça ne voudrait pas dire que ce sont tes propriétés. Non, ça ne t'appartient pas.
Yeah.
Oui, en tant que femme.
Unless there
non.
is a
À
will.
part si le monsieur avait dit qu'ok, c'est ma femme, si je ne suis pas là, c'est ma femme. Lui, à part s'il avait dit
D'accord.
ça, mais au cas contraire.
Now the spiritual implications. I want
Yeah.
you to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La vérité, c'est que, Aileen, comme tu l'as dit, nous sommes des êtres spirituels. Et même lorsqu'on vient demander à quelqu'un de payer la dot d'un cadavre, c'est aussi quelque chose
It's
de
spiritual. Yeah.
C'est au-delà
Tradition
des
and
choses que tu viens
spirit
de donner là.
has so much in
C'est
common.
au-delà des choses que tu viens de donner. Même lorsque quelqu'un est vivant et qu'on paye la dot, c'est spirituel.
It's very spiritual.
C'est pourquoi dans beaucoup de familles, on le fait dans la nuit.
Ah ouais.
On ne le fait pas
Yeah, during
devant
the
tout
day.
le monde. Non. Et on choisit quelques personnes qui sont là.
Particular, yeah.
Parce que c'est quelque chose de spirituel. Parce qu'il y a parmi des gens qui peuvent vouloir du bien et des gens qui veulent du mal.
Ouais.
Donc du coup, il faudrait que ce soit dans un lieu clos où on sache qui est là et qui n'est pas là.
Ouais.
Voilà. Donc du coup, au jour d'aujourd'hui, si on veut regarder du côté spirituel et qu'on demande à quelqu'un d'épouser un cadavre,
Yeah, let's think about it, like seriously.
C'est vrai que c'est quand même ambigu. C'est quand même ambigu parce que un être humain, lorsqu'il décède, c'est vrai que on ne meurt pas.
Have you ever heard about spiritual husbands?
Bah, les
spiritual
maris
wives?
spirituels, ce ne sont pas les personnes qui sont décédées.
Okay.
Non,
Yeah.
ce ne sont pas les personnes.
Just like the
Ce
spirits.
sont les
Like
gens
people
même qui
from-
sont
Not
parfois
necessarily
vivants.
human beings that have
Oui.
died, but maybe just
Ce n'est
people.
pas
Marine-
forcément
mostly
les gens
marine
qui sont
spirits.
mortes. Non, c'est pas forcément
d'accord.
les personnes décédées qui sont les maris spirituels ou les femmes spirituelles. Mais déjà, l'esprit des êtres humains, c'est toujours, nos esprits sont là. C'est une vérité.
Oui.
Sinon, pourquoi est-ce que après on dit qu'il y aura le Christ reviendra chercher son église?
Ah ouais.
C'est parce qu'ils sont toujours
They're
là.
still
Ils
there.
sont au repos, mais
Yeah.
ils sont là.
Yeah,
Ils sont au repos, mais ils sont là.
true.
Donc, du coup, lorsque on fait certaines pratiques, le plus souvent, ce n'est pas pour les personnes qui sont décédées. C'est pour le bien de la famille.
Those who are alive.
Yeah, benefits of the family.
C'est pour le bien de la famille. C'est eux qui bénéficient. Lorsqu'on vient donner ces choses-là, ça apaise leur cœur à eux. Parce que
Ouais.
la personne qui est décédée n'a plus rien à voir avec tout ce qui est en train de se passer. Pour cette personne-là, ces choses-ci sont inutiles. Au jour d'aujourd'hui, elles ne servent plus à rien. Donc, c'est la famille qui est vivante qui en bénéficie. Donc, ce sont eux qui sont capables maintenant de manipuler ou non la vie de X ou de Y. Ce n'est pas la personne décédée. C'est la famille qui reçoit, qui est capable de manipuler la vie de X ou de Y.
Ouais.
Donc, maintenant, si cette famille arrive au niveau où elle te demande peut-être de venir payer la dot, et que toi, tu ne viens pas payer la dot, et que spirituellement parlant, tu n'es pas, comment je dis, élevé spirituellement parlant, c'est possible qu'il te manipule au point de prendre ta propre vie. C'est très possible.
Ah ouais.
C'est très
Yeah,
possible.
very true.
Mais ça n'a rien à voir avec la personne qui est décédée. C'est la famille de la personne qui est en train de manipuler ta vie.
Yeah.
Parce que beaucoup de personnes vont dire que oh, c'est l'esprit, c'est le karma, machin,
Ah ouais,
machin, machin.
ah ouais.
Le
Yeah,
fantôme,
it's the
machin,
ghost.
machin. Non. La personne, elle est décédée, elle est partie.
Ouais.
Son esprit, elle repose. Elle est dans le repos. Elle n'a rien à... Ça ne l'intéresse pas tout ça. C'est plus important pour elle. Ce qui est important pour elle, c'est le retour de Christ. Point final. Le reste, là, ne l'intéresse plus. Donc, pourquoi est-ce qu'elle va venir comment je dis, à s'accaparer de la vie de quelqu'un parce que la personne n'a pas payé sa dot? Et dans ce
we have
cas-ci
had
même...
ghosts appearing to people.
Oui.
No.
Yeah.
Not in situations where you do not pay bride price. I let those people comment on it. In most
Yeah.
cases, I've witnessed in most cases, especially in the Northwest, where when someone dies and the family says, okay, come and pay the bride price, or maybe come and complete stuff like that, it's just because they want to give you the opportunity to take your wife and maybe bury
them.
where you've constructed.
Okay.
Because if you say, okay, you cannot
let her
complete the
stay.
They will
dowry,
take the
if you
body.
cannot complete the dowry stuff,
they
they
will
will bury.
Yeah.
They'll take the corpse to the lady
yeah,
to their compound and
accordingly.
bury there. But in most cases, it's not something that it's not really news. It's
Yeah.
not news to hear that someone has died and maybe they've asked the husband to the deceased to come and complete the dowry in order to take the wife and bury. It's just logical. That's how most customs and traditions, especially the Northwest, that's what they do. But in a situation where someone dies and you are imposing, okay, you
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
impose.
person-
We
the
have people who
person- the person-
impose.
If you are
Yeah,
not
we have-
living with somebody, you are not living with the person. Like, okay, you people have a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend.
But you're living
that
in your
one is not
father's
a
house.
marriage.
It's
You people are
different.
not living in the same house. You have not even put to bed one child of the person.
It's
And
different.
The imposition of that, you have to marry the person. Where is it coming from? Yes, for me, it makes no sense. For me,
Yeah.
really, it makes no sense. It will have made a sense if you are living with the girl
Yeah.
and then the girl died.
Then
Then
she had children.
Yeah.
For you.
you want to bury the girl in your compound. But in this case, the girl have to be buried but in their own compound. Then
And you're
why is
asking
the
the guys
benefit for the
Yes,
boy to
come
come
marry
and pay the
because
bride
one another
price?
person to come and die. It's not even like they were in one kind of serious relationship.
That's
That's
the
the
thing.
we got Eileen.
Yeah.
That girl decided not to attend the defense of the elder brother because she wanted to join Tenno
And
at
his
his
crew.
concert.
Yeah.
She joined and unfortunately
Willingly.
whatever happened,
She wasn't kidnapped or
willingly, nobody
forced.
kidnapped her and whatever happened.
Yeah.
And then the father would have said, okay, Tenno, you come and dowry my daughter, you take her and bury her, maybe
Yeah,
wherever
as
you
your
want
wife,
constructed,
take her
take
along.
her as your wife. But after that, his life continues. It's not a situation where you want to bury your daughter and you are telling someone to
To
come
come
and
and
bury
pay
a
the bride
daughter
price.
where you will still
Make no
bury
sense.
at home, so it makes no sense.
It
Maybe
really- and in any
should be more
question,
logical here.
even if they were dating, did the family know?
No, that they
That's
were
the question.
dating. Was it a
Because
serious relationship?
Anyone looking at it will say maybe they were just friends.
Exactly.
Other sources will say no, they
Who
were
has
actually
proof?
dating, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really clear if they were dating
Even
for
if
long
they were
term,
dating,
and
were
the
they
family
living
even knows
together?
that these
Living
two people
together,
are
it's just
together.
and
They were not living in the same house. So that one is for me is an abuse. I was in the taxi yesterday and I've heard about it. I got angry.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said no. That it's not because somebody is a celebrity
Or
that
has
you people
money.
You,
Yeah,
that you
that's
should
right.
abuse the person.
Yeah.
If it was a poor person, nobody would
We
have
would have
said
had his
nothing.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough
It
of
would
the
have
girl
been
that
an
had
accident,
an accident
period.
with the man too,
Yeah.
and she died.
Yeah.
But the family did not go and press the neck that okay, you people should do this, you people should do. No,
Yeah.
it's not because it's a star that we need to took advantage of it.
Yeah.
We should be mature enough
we
as
have
parents.
We have
advantage
had
of the
this
situation.
incident
Yeah.
many times.
It's not the first time.
Recently, a girl died in an accident alongside a fiance. We
Yeah.
never heard of the family asking
Go and
her
saying that
to get
okay,
married.
your
Yeah,
family
so
come
just
and
sit
don't
you
come
mourn
and
for
pay.
a while. Life continues. It's not a situation where someone dies in an accident and they did not kill her. She died.
Yeah,
It could happen to
was an
anybody.
accident.
Different eye, you
If
just hear that maybe Teno
she
shot
was
the girl and you
killed.
understand that, okay,
Yeah.
you shot the girl willingly and maybe you should pay for your crime,
Yeah.
bury her, and maybe your life moves on. But she was involved in an accident. 3 people sustained injuries, and unfortunately, she died. May she rest in peace. So the anger of the father, he should be more logical.
Yeah.
He should
Yeah.
understand that accidents do occur. The day you want to die early, even a banana will remove your
It
tooth.
will not. Yeah.
So there is, yeah.
and at the end of the day, you should not make as if what am I saying? You should not make as if it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not.
It do happen.
Yeah.
Things like that do happen.
Yeah, they-
Even to his own son, it can happen to his son.
Yeah.
It can happen. We should be like one another keeper. We should understand ourselves.
yeah.
It's not as if
It
the
was not
boy
planned.
forced the girl.
Yeah.
It did not force her.
She's an adult and she took the decision to be
And the
there
vehicle
at
did
that
not
time.
bring
Yeah.
the girl
and
down. She was right
Yeah,
inside the
inside
vehicle
the
when the
vehicle.
accident happened. And
I guess no
and
one
actually
forced
it's an
her.
accident.
She's
to
not
get
a
into the
minor.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Elle n'est pas une mineure.
Yeah.
Le papa impose que on doit venir épouser le cadavre quand le jeune homme ne vivait même pas d'abord avec elle. Il n'a pas d'enfant avec elle. Ça n'a aucun
It
sens.
doesn't have any.
Ça n'a
means.
aucun sens. Même dans la tradition africaine, ça n'a aucun sens.
Yeah. Thank you, Gladys. Let's get some reactions. Maybe you add something later and then hear from Amanka. Good morning to you guys at the panel. If a man stays with a woman under the same roof and have children and the woman happens to die, automatically the man has to marry the corpse for 2 reasons. First, to bury her in your family compound, and secondly, to have legal rights over the children you got with the woman. But in case of our brother Tenor, it's not a tradition to uphold. Actually, communities practicing what they are asking Tenor to do should deviate from such practices. Ngala Alfred writing from Mutengene. All right, thank you very much, Ngala, for your reaction. This one says, good morning to all of you in the studio. I love your program and exciting topics. I'll elect to state that the tradition of getting married to a corpse is not worth upholding. It is a tradition as many other ones, but it is not pleasing to the ears and eyes. Marriage is between 2 living persons, except otherwise issued a waiver by the President of the Republic per the 1981 Revised Civil Status Ordinance. Furthermore, any traditional practice which is contrary to natural justice, equity, and good conscience is not admitted in our law courts per Section 11(1) of the Southern Cameroon High Court Law of 1955, which is still applicable to per our Constitution. Please reason with your conscience. Who will give the consent of the deceased partner during the contracting of the marriage? Such traditional practices have to be discarded absolutely. Thanks, Maître Sama Collins from Kumba. Thank you very much, Maître Collins. Your contributions was really resourceful this morning, and hope Kumba is fine or quiet this morning. Let's hear from Manka. Manka, a very controversial issue. When
Yeah,
we talk
it
about
is.
it, it's absurd. But it's unfortunate that we have our sisters who go through trauma, who go through these kinds of things, and I don't know if the men also go through the same situation, but on the woman's part, it's always very difficult. Can you share a little bit of experience you have with this topic and what you think if we should uphold this tradition, getting married to a corpse?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity granted unto me. I'll start by saying that when I looked at this tradition, how it's been practiced in China, you know, because like we said, it's not just an African culture. In France, in the US, in other parts of the world, we get people doing this as well. So in China, when I read a little bit about this, it was a little bit disturbing because I realized they even went a step further to marry 2 dead people. Do wedding rituals for 2 dead people.
Exactly.
Maybe if 2 dead people who are not married, once they are diseased, they'll be like, no, they live without getting married. So let's do it so that it's like they are married in the spirit. Or as dead people. So,
that's serious.
That's serious. So it's really funny. But moving to other parts of the world, like Africa, for example, you find a case where it's one person who is diseased and we have another person who is still alive. Then you're imposing it on the person. And I would like to say that we ought to understand as humans that they are man-made traditions. Which are totally not backed up by scriptures or biblically, now speaking about our faith. Meanwhile, there are other traditions that if you look at it keenly, they could have a point, or somehow, if you look at it maybe biblically, it reflects to the way God wants things to be done as well. But I'll say that this is one of the cultures or traditions that I don't think is back biblically, because we all know of a scripture where the disciples were asking Jesus about a case in the Old Testament, that this woman, you know, in the Old Testament, when you're a woman and you get married, if you die, if your husband dies, you can get married to your husband's brother and a brother, and they keep dying,
continuous like that.
So I think there was a case where a woman got married to 7 brothers. They keep dying and she remarried the brothers. Then the disciples came to Jesus and like, in heaven, who gets to have this woman since she's married to 7 husbands? And he answered them that there's no such thing as marriage in heaven. It means that marriage is only something that's on earth, just like St. Paul says that marriage is an earthly responsibility, and that's why he will advocate somewhere along the Bible that well, if you ask me, that was his opinion anyway, I'd rather you stay single because you're more dedicated to serving God when you're single, because marriage comes with all these responsibilities. But if you can't bear it, if you can't maybe put together your sexual urges in a way you're not doing things here and then go ahead and get married. So what am I saying? I'm simply saying that as Christians, biblically speaking, we can identify that this is a man-made tradition or a man-made custom. They could have their reasons for doing this, no doubt, like Gladys rightfully stated, because in most cases the people who suffer this, that if you're forgetting about those people getting married to 2 or uniting 2 dead people, if you look at it now in this context, also with an exception of this case we are talking about, in most cases you would have seen that the man did not do what he was supposed to do. And he's living with a woman, they have children, so more often than not the family always have all these grudges, or they're angry because you did not do what you were supposed to do, and that's why they'll find it a need to impose it on you when the person is dead. Now okay, since you didn't do what you were supposed to do when the person was alive, we'll force you to do it now that the person is dead. In most of the situations, I think this is what happens, unless in the case on ground where we are clearly stating that we don't really see any reason. Sir, we understand you lost a daughter, nobody would want to, it can happen to anybody, we all sympathize, but to force this young man or to push him to get married to a corpse, I don't think is the right approach for you. Let's just hope that maybe it's anger or you're angry. Let's hope that you calm down with time and just let this go. But we don't think that this is the way to go. Now, speaking from my own personal experience, by the way, I've never gotten married to a corpse. I don't wish to. I don't wish to.
Happen to anybody.
I don't wish this even to my worst enemy, quite honestly, because I feel it can be traumatic.
And the spiritual aspects, like
and the spiritual implications, like we're also saying. So First, I think I heard about this tradition while I was in Cameroon before I traveled to Nigeria. I saw it on Nigerian movies. And we all know that in these Nigerian movies, sometimes they act out the ill parts of their culture. We've seen so many, like they'll wash cups and give you to drink the water. We had the ones where you get married to cups. Some kind of funny traditions that I saw them on TV, and I was like, maybe this is just entertainment. But guess what? When I lived in Port Harcourt, I had to witness this before my own very eyes. I knew it wasn't just a movie. Now, I had this driver who used to drive me to work. This man is cohabiting with a woman for like 7 years, and he keeps painting it to the world, my wife, my wife, my wife, but he has not done the needful. So this woman was pregnant for him. And somewhere along the line, some of us can be very spiritual in the very wrong aspects. Now, this man was so spiritual that he's always talking about people in the village are following me, my family people. So he's always roaming from church to church. And this woman is pregnant. I believe she died out of negligence, because take this woman to the hospital. She's due delivery. You carried her into a church to go and have a baby in the church. Now, she has this baby in the church and had a complication. Her placenta did not come out. She had the baby safely, but this complication came up. The church people are not medical doctors. They didn't know what to do. So it got to a situation where they were all scared. They now were like carrying her to the hospital, carry her to the hospital. Before he got to the doors of the hospital, this woman died.
Oh la la.
There. Now, this man came to us, came to my husband and I. I saw how this man was panting and sweating. We're like, sir, what is it? I need help. What happened? My wife has died. The baby was safe, but the woman is dead.
Oh my God.
Now, he had to go to the woman's village to inform them that your daughter is dead, or this is what has happened. And when he went there and informed them, they told him, let's just pretend that you did not say what you said.
Oh my God.
In fact, let's pretend that this news you came to tell us, you've not told us anything. Now, you've been living with our daughter for 7 years. We've sent information. We've tried times without number for you to come and do the needful, but you failed to do this. So guess what? Go back and let's pretend as if this meeting did not happen. Go back and come back in a week's time. Come and tell us that you came for the knock door.
Wow.
Introduce yourself to us like our son-in-law. We'll give you a list. We'll tell you the traditions and everything you are supposed to do. Then carry yourself and go back. Go prepare yourself. All along while all these things are happening, the woman is in the mortuary and you're paying bills. You go back now, prepare yourself. How long it takes you is your business. You're paying bills in the mortuary as well. Get all the things they've asked you. Get the dowry. Bring your people. They do a traditional wedding like it's supposed to be done in the woman's culture. Everything. After the wedding, they'll bring the cups on the day of the wedding. They'll do the traditional weddings and everything. Then they'll take the cups, they'll lay it in a room the night of the wedding.
And you sleep
inside.
With her. Jesus.
Lock the door. You're there with the cups for a night. The next day, they'll carry the cups back to the mortuary. Then they'll tell you, okay, our in-law, thank you for the wedding and everything. Okay, go now and come back whenever you want officially to tell us that our daughter is dead.
Wow.
He had to go back again, come back after some weeks again, and now say, okay, I came to tell you people that my wife is dead. They say, okay, these are the funeral rites. This is what you're supposed to do. He goes and prepare again for burial
and comes back
to bury her.
Wow. Manka, this is so touchy.
I saw how this man shrinked in a week.
Oh my God.
I so pitied this man. I prayed for this man. I gave him anything I could give him just to make the situation better. At the point, he was even considering to give his child at an orphanage. Because imagine going through all this trauma. Then the newborn baby is still there. Even the family of the woman is not really concerned about the baby.
Exactly. They're not interested in the child. So it's the man's child and not their daughter's child.
I'm telling you.
That one was a pure
this is a tradition that is happening.
It is pure expression of wickedness. Why? Because it is true the boy did wrong.
Yeah.
They should have taken back the whatsoever. They should have proceed with the funeral, considering the fact that there is a baby.
Exactly.
That's true. They would have considered it. Then
consider this baby as the daughter that has come back.
The boy to pay anything or whether whatsoever the bride price and all the rest, as we know that they used to pay bride price even when the person is dead. They will have done it. But in this case, they have intentionally traumatize the man. They did it intentionally.
Yeah.
That one is wickedness. It has nothing to do with the tradition. Yes.
Men take advantage. Yeah, exactly.
Thinking that, okay, this is the woman I want to end up with, and if you don't have plans of maybe
Getting married to her,
try to find out about her
tradition.
Yeah, to avoid some of these situations.
Yeah,
I'm telling
because
you.
maybe that's the tradition. That's how they've been.
And it
doing
will
their
not be
things
changed
for
by
several
anybody.
years,
Yeah,
and your case won't be exceptional. So maybe you just got
because
trapped in
men,
a
especially in
situation like
Africa,
that.
they take advantage of women, and they will not do the needful. Like she said, this guy was
wrong.
called.
That's why,
And
that's
when
why
you
the
are
tradition
hooked
is
up, when you have
hammering
nothing
on
to
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Now
it's
you
wrong.
start
When you have-
somebody's daughters
Yeah.
and then you don't.
When you
don't
have
do
the
the right
opportunity
thing.
to do the right thing, it's important to do, because you never can tell.
People
We don't
often
pray
wait,
for
they
anyone.
just
But also
want
our
such
family should
situations to
know
happen,
to
like
learn
this.
also to put that thing slow.
Yeah.
Because at times men are also afraid because the amount that they are asking.
Yeah, the
them
amount
The
of
dowry
money may
is
be
too
too
huge.
high.
is too huge.
Yeah, and
How
it's-
can you
I've
ask
seen a situation
somebody?
where a man he called off the wedding because of the bride price. The day he went there to do introduction, they gave him the list.
Yeah.
He took that list, went back to his family, they did everything, and the day they got to the house to do the traditional marriage and stuff like that, he saw a list of. They told him to
Absurd
pay
things.
1.5 million.
Wow.
The man was like, no, when I came here, you said this amount, and today you're telling me to pay 1.5 million. I don't have the
That one
money.
is a
They insisted, and the man told his family, let's go.
Wow.
It ended like that.
I think that even in Cameroon law, there's a new law that have come that they are paying bride price according to the level of education of the woman.
Some people won't get married.
That is terrible.
Yes.
So I've heard about it.
Some cultures
But the
practice.
question
I'm
is,
not even
the
talking about
guy's
the
family,
culture.
did
Okay,
the guy
yeah.
know?
Bills,
Did they invest on him as well? Did his parents pay school fee as well? They invested in him as well. So why is it only the woman's family that always thinks like we invested in our daughter?
Because it's the woman that bears children, and like the Bible puts it, it's the man
But
who
before she
leaves.
bears children,
his
is it
home,
not still the
abandon
man
his
that
home to get
implants
married
the
to the
seed
wife?
into her?
That's the
So
thing.
it takes two to function. You
Yeah.
cannot say because she bears children, the man to play this role to by
And
impregnating
the
her.
worst case in this scenario is most of these dowry cases. You find uncles and aunties, people who've never spoken
Yeah.
to you. They come that day and they're proving to be like, I'm the real G, and maybe the biological father to this child. Whereas from day one right to your 22, 24, you've never known that man as an uncle. And
Or
when
see
it's
them
the due
anywhere.
date,
Yeah.
You see the people are so wild. At times, people just sit and they're like, I wish they could
And
just
at
smuggle
times
my bride price
those
to my mother.
uncles and those aunties that are making the thing to be difficult, because the real parents of the children does not want their child to suffer.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and they also know that traditionally, if the uncles and the aunties are not happy, something might happen to their child.
Yeah.
So they are making everything possible for the thing to pass as
Smoothly.
As
they
possible.
wish. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they want their daughter to be saved.
Yeah.
But I want to say that our family also
Contribute.
should, no, not
They
not
contribute to these
They
things.
they have to be understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to, because we are in a situation where economically it's not
Easy
Not
for
at
anybody.
all.
It's not easy for anybody.
Yeah.
When somebody come and tell you that you want to marry a doctor, and then you plus him an amount of 1.5
They
million.
say if you
like,
don't get
really,
if you don't get money, make you
like
not marry.
really,
The reality is that
don't do that. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, what are they
It's not
going
really
to
fair.
eat?
You're not helping
Yeah,
even your
you're not
daughter
helping
at the end of the
any
day. She might end up
situation.
not getting married.
Because like we are
Back
even
to you,
saying,
Manka.
yeah, in most of our African contexts, we've had people cry out that this dowry, this bride
Yeah.
price of a thing, people are now using it to extort people of huge sums of money in the name of I sent my daughter to school, I did this. Who told you that the investments you did for your daughter was for a man? It's for your daughter that
Did
you
the
did
guy,
that
and like you
investment.
said, did the guy not also go to school?
To
Didn't
school
his
as
parents
well.
also
Then his
pay
parents-
his
his
school
parents
fees?
also
The guy is
sponsor
more educated
than even the woman.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're investing in your girl child,
Yeah,
you
investing
know
in
you
the
are
ladies
doing it
even
for
for
her,
her.
not for any person.
And for your family.
And if
because
she amounts to
empowering her-
anything tomorrow, irrespective
Yeah.
of the fact
Yeah.
whether she's married or not,
uphold the family.
she can still uphold the family. She can still send you money. She can still invest in the family
course.
if she chooses to. Because the way some families are going about this, it's as if they want to
It's
dump their
crazy.
poverty on somebody's son.
I really think that is a
Yeah.
mistake. Why? Because most often when a woman get married,
Yeah.
she always think of her family. You know.
Yeah.
But when a man get married,
He
he
thinks
think
of the
better on the
wife's
family of his
family.
wife. You know.
Yeah.
So the people that are supposed even to put ice, like really putting ice, is
the man.
the family of the
The
man.
man.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they are the one that are going to
That
be
is
losing.
losing
Yeah.
But,
more.
but we are seeing that is but our women, our family, we women that are making the thing more difficult.
Yeah, because the woman is more valuable. I don't know why it is seen like that.
Something about this dowry.
She's the one that the dowry is paid on her.
The mother is just sidelined.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, the mother won't want to see people exploit maybe the in-laws.
Yeah.
In most cases, like 90%.
The bride price hardly even goes to the mother.
The mother is
or
just
the family,
sidelined, and even the father too is just involved in maybe one or two funny things. The real persons. That's chairman and chairwoman. Those who lead, those who head the delegation, aunties and uncles.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for your contributions, Maka. You still haven't landed, but then we'll get your say concerning today's topic later on.
Okay.
If it's a tradition that we should really uphold. Let's get our COVID-19 updates, and today we will just focus on what the WHO has said concerning African countries. Yes, it's getting bad by the day. The third wave of the COVID-19 updates tells us that more cases of COVID-19 have been recorded around the continent as Africa battles with this third wave of COVID-19 infection. So the number of deaths recorded for the past week has risen by more than 40% compared with the previous week, according to the World Health Organization. New and faster spreading variants, they say, such as the highly transmissible Delta variant, are appearing in more and more countries. Less than 2% of the continent has been fully vaccinated. So less than 2% of Africa has been vaccinated. So we are not doing good at all concerning the COVID-19 vaccine. And everybody has their right and their reason as to why they don't want to take the vaccine, of course.
We are observing safety measures. We don't want vaccine.
Yeah, the World Health Organization continues to say that new cases have been increasing for 8 weeks running and rose by 13% over the past week compared with the previous week, according to the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. All right, they're adding their voice to that of the WHO, and the countries that are reported to record the highest number of deaths over the week include Namibia, South Africa, Tunisia, Uganda, and Zambia. So please, guys, COVID is not a hoax. Let's respect all the barrier measures against the COVID-19 pandemic, because yes, Africa was doing very fine 1 year ago, or let's say around 6 or 5 months ago, but it's not the case as now. What is happening now with this third wave? We have neglected the barrier measures. We no longer put on our face mask. We no longer sanitize, hand sanitizer. I don't know if people still buy, how many people still buy them in the market. But then we encourage you all to use them in the absence of water. Sanitize before you eat, before you touch any food item out there. Sometimes we buy fruits, apples, we don't wash, pineapples and all that. Please use your hand sanitizers and wear your face masks. We're going to do gossip after our commercial break, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
My Black Crown, MBC. We deal in the sales and delivery of top quality American products and accessories for all natural hair care needs. For nappy hair, we sell products and brands such as Hanks Jackies, Shea Moisture, Miel Organic, TGIN, Wild Growth Hair Oil, The Manny Choice, Carol's Daughter, As I Am, Tontu, and many more. From shampoos, conditioners, treatment masks, moisturizing butter creams, oils, gels, accessories such as butterfly clamps, perm rods, bonnets, detangling brushes, and many more. My Black Crown, MBC. Our professionalism and experience speaks for itself. The best relationship between price and quality for all classes of the society. Contact WhatsApp 671 12 96 39. Facebook My Black Crown MBC. Instagram My Black Crown MBC. My Black Crown MBC. For the love of our heritage. BT Media is getting better, going further with clearer images. Our channels, My Media Prime, My Movie Africa, French and English, My Music Africa, My Gospel Africa, Real Black 1 and 2 will be upgrading on ENMA 17 with frequency 12,333, symbol rate 30,000 on a vertical polarity 17 degrees east. This is to satisfy our consumers who watch our channels for information, entertainment, and education. BT Media Group, building the future.
Welcome back to the studio. It's lunchtime on In the House, and we are talking about marrying corpses. If this is a tradition that we should uphold, is it worth upholding? Send your reactions to the phone number I find on your screen. We'll be reading them in a moment. Before we get there, Gladys would do gossip, but I just want to say shout out to some persons who have indicated that they're viewing the program. Musti Brown says hello beautiful ladies. Barka de Sala to you as well. David Chamba, hello to you. And Mutale Roger, Queen my angel. Queen, are you having an admirer there? You're going to tell us more about that later on. Gladys, let's chit chat with Gladys on gossip. Don't go anywhere.
Gossip before the gossip. But anyway, let us have the gossip of the day.
Okay.
Alors, je ne sais pas si vous avez vu ça sur les réseaux sociaux, mais moi j'ai vu une jeune fille. Elle allait mettre la lace frontale. Lace frontale, non, la greffe qu'on colle là. Bon, maintenant, on va enlever. C'est ça, enlever avec ses cheveux et son col.
Yeah, I think I saw.
Donc, je ne sais pas où c'est quel col qu'on a mis. Où c'est quoi? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Je ne sais pas. Mais on dit que Nyanga not the hot. That was Nyanga not hot. I'm telling you, it was terrible. Like, really? Donc, on doit vraiment faire attention au lieu où on peut mettre nos greffes là.
Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere as well.
I saw it.
She was celebrating her natural hair. Gladys, some of these things really, we should, as women, let's have limits to certain things that we do, because
non, c'est que on veut aussi trop imiter.
There's a normal way we do the grave. Why don't you just go and sew your grave? Why do you have to use
Pourquoi tu ne mets même pas la perruque?
I don't know, was it super glue that this girl used on her hair to coller her wig, which finally collé and did not want to come out? Or she took it out when it was not yet time for her, because just like normal.
Or it could still be that the products are not, some of these products are not even original. You don't even know what you go to the market and buy. So long as they are chemicals, you're not really guaranteed of what they will do, the damage that it will do on you. There's no guarantee. That's why I'm even scared of anything gum. All these grave, you see, they'll put gums on your hair. Have you asked yourself what damage that gum is causing to your scar or your head? Our scars are very sensitive. You would know that even if you put relaxers, your scar is sensitive to a point where it can even burn your scars and things like that. So we have to be careful about what we are using on our hairs as women.
I have had fever for days because I used a product that was not I don't know, maybe it was just from the factory. It was made that same month, and I used it to relax my hair. Gladys, I ended up being sick for weeks because my head got burnt, brutally burnt, and it gave me fever. It was like I had malaria for like 2 weeks in a row.
In 2014, the first time I had to, 2015, the first time I used product on my hair. In fact, I just knew that day I would develop Bamba. I would never have it because it was terrible. Like everything, my hair got burnt. I mean, 100% burnt. The situation where I would sleep and waking up, the pillow is wet and everywhere. Stand like this, water is dripping from my hair. I got to the ladies' salon. She looked at me and tears rolled down because it was terrible. It was a Christmas Eve, Eileen. I can never forget that.
Yeah, so women, we have to be careful.
Nyanga,
we have to be
kind of
careful.
product
For me,
sometimes.
it's not even about Nyanga being maybe Nyanga the hot, or it's not even about that. For me, is we have we've become so artificial.
Yeah.
That they keep on selling these products, we don't know
And
what
we
they are
just
made
collect
of. We
and
just
wear.
keep carrying and we
Yeah,
keep
put
putting
it
on our hairs and all of that. Because as ladies, if you do your research very well, you see that in the days of our mothers, they not used to use as much chemicals
Yeah.
as
Not
we are
at
using.
all.
But if you go back to their routines in the olden days, you realize that even if you incorporate some of these things and you start using on your own hair, you still achieve results. But we are so fast to run to whatever the white man is fabricating and sending to us, whatever chemicals, and it is damaging our scalp.
Oh, this lady's owner,
You know.
we have to give her an award because I don't know, it's like she used super glue, the normal glue that they use on hair. I don't think it can, I don't think it can take off.
or either she used an expired product,
Yeah.
or a product that is not original, that is
No, they
fake
use
or
super
something.
She used super glue.
She used super glue.
You saw that pictures, unfortunately.
telling you.
How would somebody use super glue
Yeah,
on
she
their
used
hair?
super glue.
No, but the way
The thing almost took off her
when she
scalp.
was peeling it off, you see some yellow things like
Yeah.
like yellow powder,
Yeah,
you know, like
they
brown
use
powder. You
powder, they use
it was horrible. Like
yeah,
seriously.
people use powder to make it have the same complexion with the body or the
Okay, I see. That's why it looked so brown. It was looking so brownish,
exactly.
like brown
No,
powder.
it's a foundation that she used. Please, women, let's be careful. It's true that sometimes you cannot be too careful with the products we buy out there, but let's limit it. Like
Masa, wear your cap.
my dear Manka has said, why, and it was already
Let's
a cap
wear these
now.
artificial
It was
things,
already
I'm
a cap.
telling
Why
you.
didn't she just put it
I
on
said,
quietly and take it
The
off? She now
natural
decided
way
to
is always the
collate
best.
it
Yeah.
on her head, and then all her hair.
Always
got
try
out
to be
there.
as natural as you can. Minimize the use of those
Exactly.
chemicals on
like
your,
the
your
saying,
body and your
beauty
hair.
less is more.
Yeah.
Go for that concept and you enjoy the natural ones that God has given you. All right, it's unfortunate that as women, we want to try this and try that and all of that, but let's be careful. Let's watch.
One day when I put those relaxer on her private
Yes,
parts. Can you
I heard
imagine?
about that
Can
story
you just
and
imagine?
almost lost her life
She can
because
experience.
she yeah,
Something can burn your hair. What of your private that is even sensitive?
more sensitive. Okay, let's get more reactions before we cook. Quinta is standing by for us. Good morning to you guys at the panel. Actually, in my view, if someone stays with a woman under the same roof and happen to have children, and the woman dies when the man haven't paid her bride price, then the man is obliged to marry the cops for 2 reasons. All right, we already took your message on our WhatsApp forum. Thank you very much, Ngala Alfred, for sending that once more. I am Ferry from Southwest. According to your question, is getting married to a cops a tradition worth upholding? For me, it's like some madness because I have never heard that before. I am here with my grandfather and I asked him if it was ever done in my village, in brackets Fontaine. He said not even in the dictionary of Bangwa man. All right, we are thankful to God that in your tradition it doesn't exist and it shouldn't even exist. It's not really worth upholding. Good morning to you all in the studio. I think paying the bride price of someone who died under your care, especially when her parents do not give their consent to the relationship, is not a bad tradition. It should instead be encouraged in order to reduce come we stay and the rate at which guys elope with people's daughters. If you are living with someone as a partner and the person dies, it's but normal to honor that person by doing what is expected. All right, let's see who sent this one. Okay, your message isn't complete. Hope you're going to send us the final part of that message. Quinta, what are we going to eat this day for lunch? Right.
Oh,
I
that's a
love
nice
me
one.
some cookie.
Yeah, I'm diving into Nora's kitchen, and
Oh,
today
yeah.
I'm giving you something really nice, really delicious. So I'll be preparing koki. Some people like eating with plantains, others like eating with cassava, some like eating with potatoes. But if
Sweet
you like
potato.
eating with sweet potatoes, have a liter or two of water
Water.
beside you, because touching stories can come up at the end.
Very
So for the ingredients to prepare koki this afternoon, you need black eyed white beans, you need palm oil, you need hot pepper, you need salt, you need cocoa leaves. Some people use spinach, others leave. In the absence of cocoa leaves, you can use spinach and any other green vegetable you have around you. And equally, you need plantain leaves to wrap the koki. Now, with the method, you have to peel, you wash your beans, and you grind the beans. Those of us, especially from the northwest region, always pour it in a mortar and you stir. There's always someone standing by to stir, because when you stir, you're fortunate to eat the last bundle iron. So after stirring, if it's too thick, you can add a little water and you keep stirring. After adding water, you now put in your palm oil and you mix the pudding to ensure that it is well mixed, to have that blended color. It should be homogeneous iron. Don't do a situation where some places are white, others are yellow. Just mix consistently and ensure it is that you should have that consistency iron. After this, you warm your leaves, or maybe before even doing this procedure, you must have warmed your leaves. When the pudding is this, when it looks like this, that's completely blended, you can now start, you wrap into the plantain leaves that you earlier warmed. Some people boil water. I saw someone who boiled water and
put the leaves inside.
Put the leaves inside. It's still another method when you don't have, when you don't have an opportunity to maybe warm the leaves on the twist on for your side. You can boil water, put the leaves inside, and that's okay. You wrap the puddings, you put on the fire, and you let it steam for about 1 hour or 1 hour and 30 minutes, depending on the quantity of your koki. In that situation, the koki can cook for at least an hour and everything will be okay. Once the koki is cooking somewhere island, you need a complement. It could be plantain, it could be cassava, it could be sweet potatoes and water. So when you need water. Always emphasize on the water. So when it cooks for 1 hour and 30 minutes island, the koki is ready and the complement plantain is ready, and you should
that's not the koki beans. This is not the koki beans. This is the pakoko we prepared yesterday. Now you're talking.
And remember, adding koki is ready, and let the aroma fill your house and your taste buds dance for joy. So that's our koki beans. Enjoy.
Thank you very much for that very nutritive recipe. We know it's made of black-eyed peas, and they are very rich in protein, perfect for everybody. There's no meat or fish. And over here, play with the toast, they put meat for inside cookie. This is one meal that has survived the test of time. We know obstacles in it. So I think cookie is just perfect for children, invalids, everyone out there. If you're a vegetarian as well, it's perfect for you to consume plenty of koki. I like that under part where you don't burn it. You don't burn small, so yes, that's the best part.
Always tastes so good. Last spots.
Very well. For best weight on mortar.
Oh yeah. Then sometimes our parents, they have the trick of turning the koki. They want it to rise, so that family go chop flop abi. That's another secret.
I used to hear stories of those who prepare koki and say some actually put yeast in the koki. So you see what people do.
Yeast to make it swell. Wow, interesting. C'est comme mettre dans la farine.
La levure.
Oui.
Wonderful.
Pour que ça gonfle dans le pain et tout. Crazy. All right, let's get more reactions. Thank you for the recipe, Quinta. Getting married to a corpse isn't a tradition worth upholding because it's inhuman. For marriage is supposed to be between two living persons, not dead. But men should try and pay bride price to wives or for wives. My name is Obi Marie. Thank you very much for that very important advice. Men, learn for pay woman a bride price, so no when a woman die. The story that she recounted in Port Harcourt, I don't want it to happen to anybody. Please respect yourself. So Oga, you can be paying in installments now, small until you will finally finish her. The tradition is absolutely unacceptable and has to be cut off. Writing from Douala, my name is Levita. Thank you very much, Levita, for your reaction. Yes, I think it's as well a tradition that it has its good and evil sides or bad sides, but if we could let go of the evil side of it, just to encourage young men to do the needful while they are I don't know, their better half or their partners are still alive, that would be better. It would be best rather than waiting for them to die, then you're forced to do. Manka, your final words concerning today's topic, this tradition of getting married to cops.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll clearly state that getting married to a corpse, or a tradition which imposes for people to get married to a corpse, is totally not okay. It's not acceptable by me. I think it's not acceptable by us as well, ladies. And we think that it's not a tradition worth upholding in our communities, our African communities, and wherever in the world this is being practiced. We do understand that maybe some cultures use this as a means to punish men who have not done the needful, you know, because they've stayed with their daughters for long, they've had children, but in some cases it's totally uncalled for. Like in our said case, the case which inspired this topic for today, we think that the parents should just at least be considerate. They should mellow down. It could be out of grief, out of anger, but let them just calm down, because the young man himself is facing a lot of challenges, having gone through an accident and someone died in your car, the trauma of it. He's still struggling to even stabilize his own health, and then you're coming to ask him to pay bride price. Come on, at least let's be compassionate and sympathetic towards one another, and let's know, like as the marriage contract states, that it's until death do you part. From death, once you're dead, you no longer have anything to do with the living. So let's maintain marriage as a culture or as an institution for people who are still alive, not for people who are dead. Dead people shouldn't be getting married or have anything to do with marriage.
The Bible says let the dead bury the dead.
Let the dead bury the dead, of course.
Interpretation of it, if you want to look at it like that. Yes, Quinta?
Eileen, when Marka was speaking, she said something about till death do us part. You know, one ironical thing about this posthumous marriage, once it's approved by government or the law put in place, the phrase till death do us part is automatically removed, and the phrase I do is changed to I did. So that's just the irony about this marriage. In countries where it is legalized, when you want to do it, you no longer say, oh, till death do us part, because one person died already, and they remove the change I do to I did. So you already know that you are getting married in Alipok.
I did. Wow. That's really catastrophic. It's crazy. Gladys, really any crazy final words?
I'm just baffled.
You're just baffled like I am as well, because
so it's not a tradition we're holding at all. It's not
at all. Please, parents, we are in the 21st century. I think we should look up to God, to Christ, what he has to offer to us. It goes beyond money. You know, if we are doing this because of the finance, we all are going to die at some given point in time. You know, when it's God's time, it's God's time. Whether somebody you were living with a man or you were not living with a man, whether you're married or you're not married, we all would die, and we are not certain where we are going to find ourselves after death. So please, let's be kind, like she said, kind and compassionate to each other. Promote traditional values that are productive. Out of this, I don't see what is productive out of a man coming to give you money at the death of your child, you know, or making them to get married to the cops, living in the same room for a night, and so all these crazy stories about it. I don't see how productive that is. That money will get finished now. At the end of the day, your daughter is gone, she's gone. Your son is gone, he is gone. We should think about life after death and do the best we can to uphold and promote people around us, and not rather castigate and destroy them. Wherever you are, if you follow this program, please, if you're a traditional ruler, if you are a lawmaker in any country, you have a role, you have a task, a huge one at that, to do the needful, so such traditions are scraped out, such laws could be scraped out, so people can get married to the living and be happy, and not to the dead. We know that tradition is tradition, but we have come of age, and we can make and mar, like they say, the law was made for man and not man for the law. Have a blessed day as you enjoy your Ramadan feast, because I know many Christians will celebrate alongside our Muslim faithfuls. Enjoy your public holiday while we stay here to make news or report on what is happening around the country and beyond. Gladys, have a blessed Barka de Salah. Somebody will invite you. Have a blessed Blessed Baraka de Salah to you, to Queen, and to you, Manka. Enjoy your day. Thank you all for your great contributions. The crew behind the camera, Bertrand, Desmond, Mantra, thank you all for the support you give us while we are here on set. And to our bosses, thank you as well. Stay tuned to more amazing programs coming up on My Media Prime Television. It's a wrap for today.
Now the way you the walk out, oh na 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 na, mommy.